MCU Wanda Maximoff. No one in the MCU has suffered more than she did. Really? Have you met Spider-Man? What's up, nerds? It's your boy. It's 8:46 in the morning on here. And a lovely day where I live in Ventura, California, or as a small island off the coast of Costa Rica. I leave it up to you. And it's time to play the internet's favorite game show, Wheel of Irrelevance. And for some reason, the Wanda argument has started surfacing again. I'm not sure why. It's been quite a while since Wanda was mentioned. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness was a couple years ago. Other than her appearances in What If, she really hasn't played a role in the MCU, but apparently the argument regarding her behavior in Multiverse of Madness has come up again. And of course, the idea that her actions were justifiable and forgivable because of every horrible thing that happened to her, which kind of tail ends into the ever ongoing topic, evil is okay. We can forgive the orcs. We can forgive the vampires. We can forgive the demons. We can forgive Wanda because she's not bad. She's not evil. She's just misunderstood. And as we know, that has been a huge note of contention in the tabletop role-playing game community for a couple of years now, that there is no inherent evil, that the actions of the NPCs is justifiable, that they're romantic and we can forgive them. We can forgive Wanda for what she did. So in case you don't remember what Wanda's crimes are from the MCU, let's go down the list. Now, it goes without saying that Wanda had a difficult upbringing in the MCU. She had a rough life. It's been filled with bad luck, but she was turning it around. She was obviously doing things to get better by the time we see her in Endgame. But we know she had a tough life. And we know for some reason she's hooking up with the Vision. She's dating her B.O.B. She's in a romantic relationship with a synthetic human being, a robot, a vibrator. Vision is basically a walking, talking vibrator, and she's in a relationship with it. And Vision gets killed in Endgame, at the end of the MCU. Okay, sad. Your imaginary boyfriend vibrator got killed. He's a robot. He was backed up. We could bring him back. For some reasons, they don't bring him back because they need to justify her reasons for going insane. So how does she deal with her grief? Does she talk to her friends? Does she seek therapy? No, she kidnaps an entire town and places them in a torturous, forced reality so she can live out her fantasy game of Sims with her imaginary husband. Meanwhile, she's torturing everybody in this city. They're trapped in this nightmare that she's created with dark magic, but she justifies it because no one suffered as much as I've suffered, and I need to have a chance for a normal life with my imaginary boyfriend. And then she creates some imaginary kids. So basically, she's playing a game of Sims. At the end of that game, she has to free the people, and her imaginary kids and her resurrected imaginary boyfriend are dead. Which brings us to the opening of Multiverse of Madness, where she is willing to commit multiversal genocide in an attempt to find a universe where her imaginary kids are real, and where she can then go to that universe, kill the Wanda that's in that universe, and take her place. Because no one has suffered as much as she has suffered. And people justify her actions. They say she wasn't a villain, that it was justifiable, that multiversal genocide was okay, because no one has suffered as much as she suffered. And she was being reasonable. She said to Doctor Strange, I'm being reasonable. Why are you defending a little kid that you only met yesterday? Because this little kid is real, and you're willing to commit multiversal genocide to bring back your imaginary kids, assuming those imaginary kids even exist anywhere in the multiverse. Remember, you were basically playing a game of The Sims that ended. And now you are willing to, kill millions and millions of people on the off chance that out of the millions and millions of infinite universes, you find one universe where those imaginary kids are real. You can go to that universe, kill the Wanda in that universe, take her place, And then those imaginary kids will fall in love with you, even though they just saw you kill their parent. And that's okay. It's not okay. Wanda's actions are not justifiable. Sure, she has PTS, but let's face it, she's upset because her vibrator / imaginary robot boyfriend and her not real kids died. And rather than getting help or talking to friends or doing anything a normal person would do, she instead decides to destroy multiple universes on the off chance that she can be happy because no one suffered as much as she has. Again, Spider-Man in the MCU suffers more than you do on an average Sunday, Wanda. And he doesn't go around killing billions of people. Holocaust victims, rape victims, quadriplegics. There's people all over the world, both real and imaginary, that have suffered more than Wanda suffered. So no, that Wanda's actions are not justified. Anybody who says she's the hero is wrong. Anybody who says you need to feel sorry for her is wrong. She was an insane villain who was willing to kill an infinite number of people in an infinite number of universes on the off chance that she could maybe be happy by finding, remember, she had to find a universe where she exists and those imaginary kids were real. She was then going to kill that version of herself and take its place and assume that the kids, having witnessed her kill their mom, would be okay with that. Or maybe she was going to kill mom in secret and take her place and hope the kids never noticed. It was a horrible plan. It was a stupid plan. Wanda's actions are not forgivable. What does this have to do with role-playing? Well, as we know, one of the big arguments about role-playing, especially D&D lately, is there's no bad guys in D&D anymore. That there is no inherent evil. That the actions of the monsters is justifiable and forgivable. Orcs aren't evil. They're misunderstood. Their actions are justifiable. Their actions are forgivable. You can love an orc. You can get along with an orc. Orcs are okay. The same with vampires, demons, werewolves, monsters, everything else. This argument has been going on for a couple of years now, and it is totally wrong. There is no such thing as justifiable evil. There's no such thing as forgivable evil. Orcs don't do what they do because they're forced to, because they had a bad day. No, it's because literally what they were bred to. Depending upon whatever version of the multiverse you're in where orcs exist, there is nothing in the story of orcs that makes you go, yeah, God, these guys just had a bad day. They just need a hug. No, most of them were literally created to be the foot soldiers of evil. That's all they ever know. That's why they exist, to be evil. They are evil for the sake of evil. Same with people who forgive vampires. Oh, Edward's actions in Twilight were forgivable. No, Edward's not forgivable. He was abusive, and she put up with it. There's nothing forgivable about vampires except Spike, because Spike was the man. But other than that, no. Wanda's actions are not forgivable. There is inherent evil, and evil in role-playing is something you have to deal with. To take away evil from role-playing, to take away evil from D&D, then you take away the reason to be good. If there's no consequences for my actions, I can do whatever I want. If there's no inherent evil, then there's no inherent good. If it's okay to be Wanda, then it's okay for me to do the exact same things Wanda did. And it's not. And I don't know why this is an argument again. Normally, I don't touch comic books, but this is just so stupid. Just anybody who says Wanda's actions were justifiable and, again, nobody's had a worse day, worse life than her. Again, Spider-Man? Have you met Spider-Man? Spider-Man, dude, his average weekday is worse than everything Wanda's gone through. Have you met a terrorist victim? Yeah. Okay. Anyways, this is stupid. It's silly, but it came up, and we like to address these things. So when we spin the wheel, that is this week's wheel of a relevant topic. I'm desperate for something to talk about if I have this to talk about. But that's a good thing, maybe, that it's a slow week. So we have this to talk about instead of something important. Like Wizards of the Coast hasn't messed up in like 3 days, but it's coming. Anyways, what do you think? Is what Wanda did okay? Is it okay what orcs do? Is it okay if the bad guys do bad things in your D&D game because they're not really bad guys? Is it okay for your characters to do horrible things using Wanda as a justification? I don't think so, but that's just my opinion. Let me know what you're thinking. See ya.